Hi, my name is Harrison Dreyer, and today I am going to talk to you about musical revolution. So, that's some recent changes in music. It's only happened just only within the last few years, but I'm going to show you why they're exciting and how they even affect you personally. But before we can talk about this musical revolution, first, let's talk about music. Now, music, it's something all of us love. We all have favorite types of music. We all have types of music that we just absolutely cannot stand. And that's really interesting because it says a lot about us as a person, what type of music we like and what type of music we don't like. But what I want to do is I want to ask you about your own personal musical experience. Just think about for a few seconds what type of music you really like. Why do you like it? I mean, what makes it interesting to you? Is it how the way it makes you feel? Now, with this, more specifically, think about the last time, or just any time, that you remember listening to music and you remember being just absolutely blown away by it. Think about why. Why did you feel blown away by it? What made it stand out to you? Was it something that was unfamiliar to you that you discovered you really liked? Well, this is what I want to show you. I want to show you my own personal musical experience. I remember one night, it was about 2 years ago, I had just gotten off of work at a job I really hated, and I was driving home, and I stopped at a stoplight, and I remember I opened up Spotify because I wanted something to listen to as I went home. And I accidentally clicked on this one artist. His name's Jacob Ogawa. He's this small kind of indie artist from Norway. And I remember I clicked on this one song of his. It was called Velvet Light. And I just remember when I first listened to it, this really strong synth coming over, but it was so soft. And it was just playing over the rhythm, and it made me feel really relaxed and happy after this really stressful night at work. And it made me feel almost as if like whatever happened at work didn't matter. Like I just felt so nice listening to this music. And over time, this kind of became something that I would look forward to. I would leave work and I would listen to Jacob Ogawa. I would listen to other musical artists that sounded like him. And it was kind of almost something of comfort to me. I would just drive home and listen to it. And it was just something that I really loved to do. And that's something that really stood out to me. I don't know if your experience is similar, but that's just something that I thought I'd share with you. But where I'm going with this is this music I was listening to, Jacob Ogawa, and some other artists just like him. I came to realize that these were a part of this new genre that I'd heard of, called bedroom pop. Now, I want to ask you, before we actually talk about what bedroom pop is, what do you think bedroom pop is? What does it sound like to you just from the name? I mean, what do you think about it? What do you assume about it? And maybe you do know something about bedroom pop. Maybe you've heard of some of the famous artists, such as Boy Pablo here on the left. He's really famous for some of his songs like Losing You. He's got a really interesting sound. Some people call him like surfer pop as well. Then we have Omar Apollo, who's also really good for, making in his electric guitar sounds, he weaves in a lot of his Hispanic heritage into the music, which is really interesting. But let me tell you what I thought bedroom pop was when I first listened to it. I thought that bedroom pop was something that you would just listen to in your bedroom, some music that you would just play in your bedroom and listen to it there. I thought, given my background of listening to a lot of Jacob Ogawa, that it was just a really kind of like synthy sound over a really smooth rhythm, that it was kind of a lo-fi type beat. And well, I was wrong. I was actually really, really wrong. After just doing a little bit of research and looking into bedroom pop, I realized that not only was I wrong, but honestly, what I thought was kind of almost demeaning to bedroom pop, how I thought it was just limited to one sound. And I really wanted to understand more what bedroom pop was. I wanted to understand why it was unique. I wanted to understand why it had become so popular. So I thought the best way to do that was to look at it through the eyes of some of its best artists. So, one of these, or not best artists, but foremost artists. So, one of these is Cuco. Cuco is a Chicano American bedroom pop singer. He's really famous for mixing his songs between lyrics in English and lyrics in Spanish, which is a really, really interesting way of really bringing these different cultures together, and how he shows us that they affect his life and how they affect his expression of himself. Now, I read an interview between him and Coup de Main magazine, and a few things that Kuko mentioned was how music to him was an escape. It was a way for him to get away from anxiety and negativity. And he was so passionate about this that it's what really helped fuel his success. You know, one of the reasons why it's called bedroom pop is because so much of this music is written, produced, and published all within the artist's bedroom. And this is exactly what Kuko did on his rise to fame. He also says how he loves to write about love and hate because he says he's just naturally a loving person. It comes naturally to him. So, writing about love and hate really expresses kind of the deepest parts of himself and what he's thinking. I also want to talk about an interview I watched between Girl in Red and Face Culture at the Lowlands Music Festival in the Netherlands in 2019. Girl in Red, she's a Swedish singer, and she's really famous for some of her songs such as We Fell in Love in October and Bad Idea. If you use TikTok, you can see a lot of her audios have become popular on that app. And she brings out that her music reflects everything that she thinks and feels. In her song Summer Depression, she uses the lyric, "There's so much time to question my life." And she really goes into depth in this. She says how it's really her reflecting on her own worth and her own uncertainty for the future, whether anything that she does is worth it. And she really says that she loves to put in her unresolved, raw emotion into these songs because she feels it connects her deeply to her audience and to the people who want to spend time to listen to her. So, what do we learn about bedroom pop from these two artists? Well, we see that it's a really deep expression of oneself. We see that it's meant to be about emotion, and it's about a brutally honest analysis of the emotions within ourselves and how we come to terms with them. But why is it popular? Why is bedroom pop popular? Well, this is something that maybe you didn't expect, but this is how it connects to you personally on a really, really deep level. You know, as bedroom pop talks about raw emotion, and as it's kind of a deep expression of someone's inner person, it offers us a sense of emotional connection to the artist, whoever we're listening to. It creates a connection between us and them. It brings us closer, just as Girl in Red said, she feels her emotions bring her closer to the people who listen to her. When you think about our society, how digitized it is, and how distant we've become, we really suffer from a lack of emotional connection. And bedroom pop, and why it's become so popular, both arise from this lack of emotional connection. It offers something that we lack, and it offers something so hard to come by that people really develop a relationship with who they listen to through bedroom pop. So the next time you think about bedroom pop, or honestly any type of music, think about how you can really feel connected to the artist, how you're in their deepest thoughts and in their feelings, as if you were reading their diary. And think about how even through this medium, you can even express how you feel at any time.